Good morning. So it's such a beautiful day, and you know, I really enjoyed that caponata that I made a couple days ago. I even shared some with my neighbor, and it was just so good, and it's healthy and it's clean, and it's just a great little side dish along with, you know, like a piece of fish or chicken or whatever, steak, anything. And I'm really excited because I've got a few little baby eggplants that have popped up today, so that's really exciting. I've got my eggplant that I chopped up in big, like, pieces, not too big, not too small. You don't want to, and then I brown it up. And this was one eggplant, and it was about 3 batches of, you know, pieces of eggplant, because we really want to try to brown it on all sides, or, you know, almost all sides, in olive oil, and not too much because you don't want it to be like all gloopy, but, you know, enough to where it's brown. I even sprayed with a little avocado oil on the tops when I was flipping so it wouldn't stick. Anyway, so that's that, and I put a little bit of salt on top, and it's sitting. Now I'm going to the next step, which is I'm going to add a little more olive oil to the same pan, of course. And I've got some purple onions, and I've got some green pepper, and I've got celery, and then I've got some more of those green onions, but actually they're purple, they're so beautiful. And I'm going to add the bottoms where the purple is to this, and then the tops I chopped up, and that'll be great beautiful on top, the little green tops. So if I had some red peppers and yellow peppers and orange peppers, I would have thrown them in too, but I don't today, so this is what I'm going with. And I'm just gonna let that saute. Oh, and I have a stingray, one stingray left. All right, let me chop it up. I'm just standing over the trash can right now. If you hold these peppers like this and then rub it in your hands, all the little seeds will pop out. So that's kind of a neat little trick. When you're chopping up your things, try to keep everything in the same little size. You know, like you don't want them too small. That's kind of what I'm going with here. Anyway, so that's the next step. All right, I'll be right back when this sautés up. Okay, so while that is sauteing, I've got my herbs, which, oh my goodness, I've got so many here. It's just beautiful. If you push everything together in a small, like, tight little ball, it makes it much easier to chop. And just keep your fingers right up to it. Don't worry about me cutting my finger. Somebody wrote something one time about, worried about I was going to cut my finger. I took a knife class at Sur La Table on West Gray many years ago. So I'd like to think I know what I'm doing. Anyway, I haven't cut myself with a knife in a very long time, so I'm not worried about it. Anyway, let's see how that chops up nicely. If you push everything together real tight, it makes it real easy when you're chopping. And I have all different types of things in there. If you watch my walking around my garden video this morning, you'll see all the things I chopped up. But it's different types of rosemary and mint and basil and let's see, onions, thyme, and I use different oregano, and I use different ones. And then for the and I add a little salt and pepper to my mix over here, which is about ready to go to the next step, which is I've got tomatoes. I've got some cherry tomatoes, as well as, you know, some of these bigger tomatoes that just needed to be cooked. But I really like the cherry tomatoes in there, but I didn't want to throw in these because they're ready to go. I'm also throwing in some artichoke hearts, different types of olives, and capers into the pot. What's the next step? So beautiful, look. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'm gonna let this go. beautiful. All right, and I think what I'm gonna do is add most of my herbs in now too. So pretty. This is such a beautiful dish. Yeah, babe. Already tastes amazing. All right, with your bowl, you're going to make like a little dressing that's going to go on top, which is red wine vinegar and a little sweetener. You can use monk fruit or sugar if you don't have a problem with that, or honey or agave. Last time I used honey and it worked out real nice. So, you know, use the sweetener of your preference. Be right back.
Start that.
My dish has been compromised. Troy has come in and eaten my olives out of the caponata. All right. What I've done is I've thrown in the eggplant. Beautiful. And now it's just in there, coming all together. But let me tell you, this dish really doesn't come together fully until like it's sat in the refrigerator overnight. It is so good the next day. Really good. Oh, I took some red wine vinegar. And this time, instead of honey, I'm trying monk fruit. Not that that wasn't just delicious the way it was, but I really like the idea of having less sugar in my body. So, anyway, that's done. Beautiful. I put a little of the herbs. I didn't stick them all in there. And the tops of the green onions. I just thought it'd be nice to have some pretty green. And then I'm gonna let that sit for a sec, and I'll put my vinegar on top, and then I'll jar it up and I'll stick it in the refrigerator and it'll be ready for tomorrow. Caponata.